Welcome back, everybody. Got a new show for you, man. Views of the Mandem. So basically, we're going to be here every single week, giving the updates of the games, the 3 o'clock kickoffs, and the Sunday matches. So, Cole, you finally won.
Yeah, we finally won, got our 3 points. But to be honest with you, it was another horrible display of football. Every time we're just slow, sluggish. It's like they're not playing for nothing. It's almost like you think we're in May and the season's already decided. It's like it reminds me of the football we were playing towards the end of last season. It's just slow, sluggish. It's like they can't wait for the season to end. And I feel like Poch is sort of struggling to inspire the side. So personally, that's why I feel like he's running on a time limit at the moment. I feel like his time's going to be up soon.
Everyone's been gone.
Following, obviously, this is just from my intel from people being in and around the club. So yeah, I personally feel like he's struggling a bit, and with obviously, to be fair to him, he doesn't have injuries. But then again, everyone has injuries in it. So as if if you're trying to be a top manager, you've got to find a way in it to get them 3 points. So
That's
yeah,
fair. I was watching the game, and the first half, hang on, lie, I fell asleep after 15 minutes. But then
yeah,
I woke up like second half. I was thinking, what's happening? He's like, oh yeah, where if Sheffield United had like better finishing, they'll be winning the game. But second
yeah,
half, cool.
easily.
Yeah, I thought
I
Sterling had
personally feel,
a very good half. Second half.
Yeah.
yeah, no, yeah. I feel like, to be honest with you, I feel like Sterling's always the good one, but I feel like the quality around Sterling is not on par with him. So that's why I feel like sometimes he struggles a bit because they can't do what he's on and they can't keep up with the way he plays. So like Jackson, he struggles a lot, or who get chances he misses. But it's like you can see Sterling is getting a bit frustrated, but obviously your teammates, so you got support. But yeah, I feel Chelsea at least maybe if that in Cuckoo, obviously he's up to par with Sterling.
Yeah,
You see a bit more better in terms of transition when we're going forward. But at the moment, it's just slow and sluggish, man.
You see,
And no,
you see. I was gonna say, you see what you said there about Sterling, as in obviously he's probably been your best player this season. Would you say,
yeah,
if not him or
Yeah.
Cole Palmer? But I think what the problem is that someone like Sterling has probably been your best player, but it's still not like unanimous. So like a lot of Chelsea fans would be angry at Sterling as well. It's not like a universal praise
yeah,
for Sterling. So I think that shows the inconsistencies with your attack this season. So like
yeah,
even today, Cole Palmer, I think he played really well. Like took his goal well. Even Sterling played well, but it's still, to me, I don't know what it is with your attack, but it's just like there's something missing, and maybe Nkunku will be that link that inspires and starts linking all the dots together. But
yeah.
to me, there's just something wrong with Chelsea's attack. It's not flowing.
Yeah, no, for me personally, I feel like it's just the quality and the way the managers set us up to play. Sometimes I just feel like it's just not clicking the way it should be.
Mm.
And yeah, no, I just feel like maybe Nkuku coming back from injury will help inspire the side and maybe getting a striker in January.
So
So you know,
what about Mudryk? We'll do what?
trash.
that
Oh,
guy, with him, he just winds me up because he'll do the right thing at the start in terms of, let's say, if he's starting his attack or in terms of if he's beating his man, he'll do all that right. And in the last bit, you would think, what the hell? He will beat it over, hit it. I'm like, come on, man. You can do way better
Hey,
than that. Like, and it's
did you
disappointing
see he
because,
shot today?
yeah, it was horrible. He cut
Yeah,
in and shot Mo from outside the
Mm.
box, but the ball ended up on the corner flag.
mad,
I'm like,
mad.
how? Like, it's an odd one because it's like you watch him play and you can see the quality, you can see what he could potentially do, but
Mm.
the end product is not there. Like, for example, even the game at Old Trafford, his finishing was way off, like poor. Like it's like you would have thought it was a centre back up top. That's how poor it was. And it's just shocking. You just sit there and scratch your head and you're thinking, what can you do with this guy? Sometimes I feel like, maybe he needs a loan to go
Mm.
out because the pressure's too much on his shoulders to being at Chelsea. The price tag, I'm not too sure, but I don't know, man. He's struggling out there.
yeah. What do you think of Mudrich?
Terrible. I think like another example of just people buying players of potential, or in fact, buying players of clips on social media, because you don't spend, what was it, 86 million or something like that on someone
Yeah.
that's not proven. He's barely played Champions League football. And I feel like Chelsea only really wanted him because Arsenal really wanted him as well. Like, it doesn't make sense, man. Like, a lot of the players that they sold could have been better in the position that he's in right now. And I think Pochettino knows he's terrible, but similarly, they don't really have anyone else who can play on the left. So, yeah. I don't really.
You had a good question about which United players will fit into this.
Yeah,
Chelsea.
so the other day I was thinking, because like I feel like obviously United are in a better position in terms of like the league, but your situation are quite similar, United and Chelsea. So I was thinking, as a Chelsea fan, Cole, and I guess you can answer this as well, Oscar, in terms of like, if you look at Chelsea's best 11, right, and United's best 11, what United players will get into the Chelsea team?
I'll say, do you want to start or do you want me to go?
No, you can go and I'll come in after.
I'll say Varane. I'll say Onana. I know you want to laugh. I'll say Casemiro, Rashford. Who else is there? Eriksen, Højlund. And sure.
Let's do this. Let me rephrase it, because I think maybe we should draft the best 11s and you'll see it that way, because to me, a lot of those players wouldn't get into Chelsea's first 11. So like, and Cole, correct me if I'm wrong, your starting goalkeeper is obviously Sanchez, right back, Reece James, left back, Chilwell, and then it'll be like Thiago Silva, Colwill, and then I don't know what position you play, but I'll say if you're doing like play with two as like 2 6s, and then play with Palmer as a 10, so then the 2 6s would be Enzo, Caicedo, and then up top as a 3 would be Nkunku. If he was fit, it would be your strong striker, and then Mudryk, and then obviously Raheem. So then that's the basis, right? For me, if that's the basis of Chelsea's best 11, the only players I think would get in are what's it called, Martinez, if he's fit.
Yeah, I forgot Martinez. Yeah.
100%. I'm not with you on Unana. There's no way. I was like, that Champions League.
No, Nana's been better than Sanchez, man. Sanchez doesn't mean he's been
All right, so for me, I think everyone picked their place. For me, it would be Martinez, Casemiro, Rashford, and I think that's it. You know, I don't think Bruno.
For me,
I don't think Bruno goes ahead of Palmer personally, off the base of the season.
But then, if you're going off the base of the season, Caicedo's been horrible, like just tripping over his own feet. Just I don't know what he's been doing. He's not the same player as he was last season. So if you're going off this season, he's not worth the 100 mil they've paid.
Yeah, but I don't know. Personally,
then you're going off potential. You're going off
All
potential.
right, let's go just on in terms of their career then. But even still, I think Bruno is very much overrated. Because whenever I talk to United fans, I always like, oh, by the way, if anyone knows, I hate Man U. I want to make that explicit.
Listen, we're on the same. We're all on the same page there.
Yeah, 100%.
But I'll talk to Man United fans and they'll be like, oh yeah, like I'll be like, name me who's a world class player that you have in your team, and they always say Bruno. How could you tell me that man is world class? But even way, anyway, I personally think, I guess if you're talking about the career, Bruno would go first ahead of Palmer. But if I'm talking about this season, it's definitely Cole Palmer. Yeah, I'll say those 3 players. All right, what about you, Oscar?
I'll say Bruno gets in ahead of Cole Palmer.
All right.
I'll say Rashford gets in over that
Yeah.
non-Sonic guy.
Oh, yeah, Rashford as well, definitely.
Yeah. I'll say Shaw gets in over Chilwell. I just think Shaw's better than him. Reece James, I think he's just overly hyped as well. I don't think he's that great, but he's definitely better than what we have. Like I give him that, so he'll stay.
Yeah.
Varane over Thiago Silva, because I feel like Thiago Silva he's been doing well, but he's just old to me. Colwill, Martinez over him ASAP. Martinez over him
Because
ASAP.
you had a howler there.
Oh, Martinez over Colwill straight away, and I'll still take, even though Højlund hasn't scored in the league. But yeah, if you're going with Sterling up front, and okay, I'll go Sterling. If you're gonna go Jackson, then I'm taking Højlund straight away.
And Nkunku would be up front.
Yeah.
I ain't seeing Nkunku do anything, so I can't really.
Yeah.
I want to at least see him for like
We
the rest of
can't,
the
we
season.
can't, we can't really
I
judge
can't.
him, can we?
I can't
Yeah,
judge him.
true.
So
He might come in and start doing nothing as well, which I hope.
Yeah.
yeah, personally, when I'm not gonna go through which players. I look at both of your squads,
Hmm.
and I just think they should both be doing better.
Yeah,
So I look at where Chelsea are in the league. Obviously, they won today, good win today. But this is a win which this should not even be. It shouldn't even be a conversation. So you
Yeah.
see, like how Cole's come and said horrible football today. Whatever. As long as they got the job done, that's all that has mattered today. I
yeah.
think a lot of this season, what's
That's
happened with
not
Chelsea,
so. May not been
Chelsea,
getting away with.
yeah. So, but Chelsea have played. Chelsea have played well. I don't know if you play well by your 14th and 13th and all these positions, but Chelsea have played well according to their fans. But they haven't been getting the results. Yeah. So today, at least they played. They played horrible, as Cole said. I didn't watch the whole game, but they got the result, and the results are what matters. You do need to play well as well, but United have been getting by because even though they haven't been playing well, United have been getting results. United have, I think, I'm not sure. I need to relook at the top four didn't even play, so, except City who drew, but we'll get onto them later. But United, apart from Liverpool, City, and Arsenal, United have the second most wins in the league, and they're
Yeah,
playing horrible.
but they've also, I think if I'm correct, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think they have 50% wins and 50% losses.
It's something along them lines. I think
Glass
they've got
half full, man. Glass
I
half
think
full.
they've got I think they've got 9 wins. I think it might be 7 or 6 losses, something like
Bro,
that.
so
There's no
it's
draws.
Yeah.
There's no draws.
there's
No draws, yeah. So it's either we're taking everything or it's a horrible day, isn't it? Yeah.
No,
It's
but we've
one.
been like, I feel like when we play Spurs start of the season, I don't think we should have beat them. I think a lot of decisions didn't go our way. But obviously Spurs won the game, innit? But I think after that, it just started collapsing and it's just been nonsense after. And also at the same time, it's not an excuse, but we've got a lot of players. I don't know what team is going to feel that tomorrow. We'll get to that later. But it is what it is, man. But
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I was gonna say, so in terms of today, did anyone impress you then, Cole? Any performances that stood out?
Raheem and Cole Palmer, man, as usual, the usual suspects.
Mm.
Literally, it's always them two, and then everyone else is just like average, just getting by, just about getting by. You're sliding, you're rolling through. That's about it. But yeah, I would say him. The keeper wasn't really tested, to be honest, because Sheffield are poor side anyway. Well, like I said, if Sheffield are half decent, they're getting a result today.
Okay.
That's why. That's why I personally feel like Poch is in trouble. That's why he dropped Enzo.
Do you think he'll get? Oh yeah, look at that, Gerald. See, like 120 million pound midfielder.
Yeah.
As some Chelsea fans were saying, he's world class. He is not. How are
No,
you banking that guy?
And that's what I'm saying. I feel like
Who?
Enzo talk about. We're now seeing the end of like play or clubs buying speculative players, like buying players based on potential. Because you're going to be spending 100 X million, yeah, or more. You need to know this guy's going to deliver. And he's like I said, like Declan Rice, we knew.
Hey, Deckers.
We knew he was going to deliver. We've seen he's proven. But man, them are buying Hoyland. Well, no, he's not 100 million, but like Casado. Well, I guess Casado. I don't know because we've seen him for Brighton. So I don't know, but there's just been too many players like 80 million above, and you're just buying it on speculation, on potential. If you ever spend that amount of money, you need to know for a fact that these guys can deliver. Like Enzo, yeah. I can't lie. Prior to the World Cup, I barely knew him. I heard of him at Benfica, but
Me personally, I didn't even know he even existed. I just need to change their midfield and then bring Enzo on in there.
But you know what I'm saying? So there you go.
Yeah. So I think, definitely and that's where I think they've gone wrong. They've overpaid for players. So and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Chelsea have not bought good players. I do think there are some very good players there. For example, I rate Cole Palmer, Caicedo prior to Chelsea. I rated him. I wanted him at Arsenal along with Rice. Do you know what I mean? Enzo, from what I've seen of him, maybe like under Potter, he played a lot better under Potter. And that Enzo, to me, he was a really, really good player. So they do have good players in that team. I just think they've overpaid for them. And where they've overpaid, people are always going to point to that. They're always going to point to the price tags. Do you know what I mean?
In January, though, we'll see. Obviously, some players are getting shifted out, so you're going to see the ones who are not rated, and then you're going to see who they're going to bring in because they're going to bring in free players.
It's going to be the same thing, bro. Like, you can't keep chopping and changing your team. That's like, it's proven that you guys can't just think, all right, let's buy more players. It's not going to happen. What you need, the issue isn't your players. It's the board. It's the stability.
Of course, the board has got serious questions to answer for some of the
stuff. And I know you're keen for Poch to go, right? Who's going to replace him and do a better job?
Like, replace him?
Who can even do it? Who can do it? Like, you need someone.
Yeah. For me personally, if we're going to change managers, the board has got to change direction of where they're going with this kids project. They need to change that in order to get results. Because you've seen, like, for example, like when you do business, when you see, okay, look, we'll give it this window. If it doesn't work in the time frame of that window, you change. You change it. You got to change direction, or you're going bust. So they've got to see. Look at the statistics compared to when Todd came and when Roman was there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but bro,
you can't compare the two.
You spend $1 billion. You can't just think, all right, let's change it again. You spent $1 billion, bro. Like, you have to
you know what frustrates me though? Yeah, you know what frustrates me sometimes. Like, for example, today I'm looking at the lineup and I'm like, we spent $1 billion. Look at this lineup. It's making me angry. I'm just raging. I'm like,
well, how do you think I feel?
It's mad frustrating, man. I just feel like hopefully this whole mess gets sorted out within the next 2 windows, and then can we just kick on, man?
Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, you got to give these things time, innit? But I think obviously there does.
But with Chelsea fans, have patience because
that's the difference. Your fan base doesn't have patience, but so I want to know how long they're going to give it. Obviously, as I said, to me, this win today, that was a given. I saw the fixtures. I said Chelsea will win. I said City will win. Those are bankers. City even messed up my ACCA, but I'm happy about it. So
that brings me along to City.
I think, but last minute.
Go on, Cole.
I was just gonna say, I think Crystal Palace might be Man City's bogey team. They always give them trouble.
I've said it for years, right? There's only 3 teams that go to the Etihad and have a go: Crystal Palace, Tottenham, and Liverpool.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah,
and all these 3 teams played them back to back. They drew to Tottenham, they drew to Liverpool, and now they drew to Palace.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say about City just before we get into the game today, but I said this from the start of the season when I saw their transfer activity and I saw Gundogan gone, I saw Mahrez gone. I said, wait, let me look back. I said, okay, wait. So last season, Gundogan and Mahrez contributed to 20 points from losing or drawing positions for Man City. So, do you know how important 20 points? Like 20, this is not 5 points. You get what? These are clutch players. When you're losing, you're drawing, you need someone to step up. These are the players who stepped up. You let them go. You let them go out the window. Not let them, but for example, Pep begged Gundogan to stay. Gundogan said, "Yo, my guy, I'm gone." You know what I mean? But then you bring in Doku, who a lot of people have been raving about. I still got my foot in the door of that one. I'm not convinced yet. He seems like a glorified Saint Maximin, but that's another day. We'll discuss him further. But they also brought in Mateus. They brought in Kovacic, and
Guardiola.
The defender. Yeah.
But obviously as well.
The only one Pep seems to really trust is Doku and Guardiola. The midfielders, when they played against Villa, they played centre-backs in midfield. So really, really and truly, the recruitment for City has not been. It has not gone to plan at all. I think they are weak. I said there's no way you. I don't care who you replace Mahrez with. I don't care who you replace Gundogan with. They're going to be worse because these players are clutch. They're clutch players. They're players who score at important times in the season. Even when we looked at all of these seasons, Man City have won the leagues. Yes, they won the leagues, but if we actually examine them, and I know Gerald, you as a Liverpool fan, has probably gone over these seasons, and you've seen them, and you're like, there was so little in it. It was this player stepped up at this point, and that was and that was the league there. So don't get me wrong, City are a brilliant team. They've won all these leagues and everything like that. But when you look at it in detail, you look at the proper context, they had players who stepped up. And now it's looking like these players, they're not around no more. And I'm very happy. I'm very happy to see it, honestly.
I mean, what we need to accept is City are now a team in transition. They sold a lot of their, I don't want to say their spine because they still have a spine, but because they sold, like you said, two really key players like Mahrez and then, Gundogan. But I thought, you know what, they've replaced well because they did like-for-like changes. Doku, that replaces Mahrez. Matthias Nunes, that replaces Gundogan. Do you know what I'm saying? Laporte, Gardevoir, like it works. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
on paper,
on paper, I think the thing is Pep's system. Yeah, if you look at it historically, it takes a while for players to really adapt to his system. So that's why I feel like this season they're going to struggle. But the good thing is, in previous seasons they had, I don't know whether it was. You still got Bernardo, but you had Bernardo, you got KDB, and you got all these other players who can then, lessen the burden for these new guys. KDB's been injured the whole season, majority of it. And now Haaland's not there. So now it's these guys have to and then, which we're going to come on to, guys like Phil Foden, who I know he's still young, but he's one of the most experienced players in that team now. Yeah. So he's 23, he's got 5 Premier League titles. So I think that's the problem now. They're now a club in transition. You can't rely on their superstars who are now injured. So now, and we're seeing it now.
Yeah, and again, today, as you just spoke about Phil Foden, these are the times we want you to step up. Yeah. These are the times you need to drag your team over the line. You've been pampered by this brilliant City team that Pep has put you in.
Yeah.
You're obviously a brilliant. Yeah, he's been pampered. You're obviously
like a bit of hatred. But go ahead.
Yeah, it's not. It has a hatred. He's obviously a brilliant player, but he does not do what his talent says he should be doing.
Yeah.
Right now, when KDB is out today, he should be stepping up. I'm not saying he didn't even have the worst performance today.
He's the one that gave away the penalty.
But this is what I'm saying. But in the first half, he played well. He played well in the first half. But he goes away and gives away a penalty. They should have had their keeper sent off as well.
Oh my god!
In the first half, this is what I'm saying. City get certain lucks that happen. So it's like I'm really chuffed with today's result, honestly. Like, because I just looked at it as a write-off. It was just, City will win this. I saw City were 2-0 up, even switched it off and had to go back to it. But I was just like, when I saw obviously penalty, Elise had to step up.
He did it.
Yeah, and he tucked it away. And when you're looking at the league now, yes, this title race is wide open because obviously everyone will still now say City are favourites.
Yeah.
If Arsenal go win tomorrow, we're 5 points clear of City, who are everyone's favourites. If Liverpool go win tomorrow, which obviously they will, it's United, let's be serious. They're going to be 6 points clear of City at this stage. So, and everyone will still say City are favourites because everyone knows what City can do. Everyone knows City can go because obviously it's this KDB care package that I'm scared of, which is going to arrive. It's going to arrive in January sometime. So we don't know if he's on the ball. They could go click into gear and go get 10 to 15 wins in a row. So
many times.
We've seen it before, innit? So. And obviously, but then I'm not sure what's up with Haaland, but I think everyone's got to put a spotlight on Julian Alvarez because
Yeah.
do you know what it is? What I'm gonna start calling out now is these players who everyone bigs up and props up, and they're sort of like background players. And you know what? Yeah, the thing is, I'm talking about him like I don't rate him. I do rate him, but for me, you have to step up in these times. People will call him the best second choice striker in the league. Okay, so now the first choice striker is out. My man, step up. What are you doing today? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that's my thoughts on City.
Wait,
But
this brings me to Tottenham won yesterday. What do you guys think of Kulusevski? I was even finding it hard to spell his name, but I got it right, I think. But
I'm sure you butchered it, did you?
no, I got it right. No,
All right.
guy, yeah.
I rate him a lot because in
Yeah.
my group, well, I'm in a WhatsApp group with 20 guys, 25 guys, and I'll say at least 15 of them are Arsenal fans. And every single Arsenal fan does not rate Kulusevski. And I'm like, bro, this guy is consistent. Because
Guy's consistent.
like I would rather him for Liverpool than Diaz. Well, obviously he plays on the right, but still, I don't rate Diaz. Diaz
No
is
way,
just
man.
Diaz. He looks pretty, but bruv, as a Liverpool fan, he's not effective. Bruv, for me, I want effective players. Kulusevski's effective.
So what the hell is Nunes?
No, Diaz.
No, I'm just saying, you're saying Diaz not effective. So what the hell does Nunes do then?
I'm like, if Nunes doesn't have any enemies, then I'm dead. Because bruv, I hate Nunes. Bruv, when we start talking about Liverpool, you will hear me talk about Nunes. But my point is Kulusevski is effective. The guy, I like players who are always willing to dribble. He's always willing to dribble. He's always willing to take on his man as a winger and to get his goals and assists. And he's doing what.
You know what he's doing? He's quietly doing well, which is what he's getting along. He had a really good performance yesterday. Even the chicken man even scored, Richarlison. So they're Big Angie's slowly getting them back a bit steady. You know what I mean? So I do think they'll be in and about there for the top four because they're definitely going to be knocking on the door. But it just depends on I don't know how quickly they can get their players back and stuff like that. Because when they had a full squad, we saw where they were, top of the league and stuff like that. So
yeah, they got some really good players, and even like you said, like despite the fact they've got a lot of injuries, like guys like people like Pedro Porro, they're actually really good. Like
I don't like him.
I don't like him, but he's good. He's actually effective. Yeah. Like he's a good player. Like
he actually is. I agree.
Mad energy. You see him playing up front, and he's coming back to right back. You're like, what? But he's good. But then let's talk about Basuma. What is man doing? That's his third red card, you know.
Listen,
he got sent up again.
Yeah,
I've got a United fan here who's in love. I feel like he I don't know. He loves this guy, but he's always talking about Basuma this, Basuma that. I'm like, bro, like he's not that good.
No, he is good, but
I think
You're not on the pitch. You're kind of pointless.
I think he's a good player, but he's a liability. Like
he's not reliable.
When I'm hearing all this. I was hearing people say Basuma over Rice, and I'm like, bro, get real, man. Come on, man. Basuma over Declan Rice. Do you know who Declan Rice is?
Yeah, my boy says
that. But do you know what I mean? I'm looking at Basuma. He's a good player, as I said. That's another one that I did one at Arsenal.
Discipline is horrible.
His discipline is all over the place.
He's so reckless, man. He's so reckless.
He's reckless. He's getting set off for tackles, for diving.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like he thinks like he's playing cage football or something. That's the way he behaves.
I think, honestly, that sort of discipline. Do you know what it is, though? Sometimes there was someone who was saying it, and I think because some of these players, it's like football's a bit easy for them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He can get the ball. I know Basuma can get the ball. He can twist and turn in sort of tight positions and stuff like that. So sometimes I think these players, they look at football a bit lackadaisical. They don't take it as serious as they should. So that's where I think they just lose concentration at certain moments. And as Cole said, it's like playing cage football. It's like you're in the cage. You do a skill here and there. Then you've done a over the leg challenge and stuff like that. It's just it's all over the place, isn't it? He doesn't really know what he's how to manage his game properly. Yeah.
But it's silly to do that because I think when he got sent off, they were 2-0 up. So then why are you even doing that? Like I could almost not condone his behavior, but I can understand if he did it like, I don't know, they're losing or something, they're fighting for the result. Bro, they're cruising. He didn't so like doesn't make sense. To me, that's just like, just a guy that's not reliable, man. You can't rely on him like that because that's what he does.
Yeah, because now he's out for I don't even know how many games he's out for. Is it 3? Is it 4?
Yeah, because that was a straight red card. So
straight red card. So
I think that's his second, so he might be.
He's second, so it might be 4.
Yeah,
I think it might be 4 matches.
Yeah, brother, it's the busiest period of the year.
Exactly. They've already look how many injuries they already have.
Bro,
do you know what I mean?
Long may continue.
I need to look at their fixture list, but that's a big blow.
Yeah. All right then, Gerald. You've been waiting for it, so go on, start.
Let's talk. Well, honestly, can I preface this by saying that I feel like because of what happened early this year when we beat you 7-0.
Yeah,
I think, and the fact that you guys it's not free because like I think the last 3 or 4 years we've been beating you like 5-0 at Old Trafford, 4-0 at Anfield. There's been loads of aggregate.
Sorry to cut you, Joe. Can I just chime in just with a quick stat? Just Man United haven't scored at Anfield since 2018. Just to let you know, Oscar. I don't know.
Mourinho was the manager.
Yeah, and the last time Man United won at Anfield, the scorers were Wayne Rooney and Mata. Yeah,
and guess who played that game? Fellaini was still playing for you lot.
Yes. Fellaini he was involved in I think both goals, maybe definitely one of the goals, but
since before Brexit.
Yes, so sorry to cut you off, but I just wanted to add that.
That's fine. I think people have put too much attention because obviously United went out to Bayern Munich in the Champions League this week. They lost, and what happened with the 7-0 game? Everyone's expecting us to absolutely demolish them. I do think we'll win. I'm confident we'll win. I don't think it's going to be by a massive, difference. I think it'll be like a very boring 2-1, 2-0 sort of game. But let me tell you another fact that I found out today. Since Mo Salah joined Liverpool, Mo Salah scored 10 goals against United. In that same time period, Man United as a whole have only scored 8 goals against Liverpool.
Oh my God.
Where you finding the stats from? I got to double check them.
Look. I promise you.
I didn't know that one.
You man are coming with stats. All right. Tomorrow.
That is
I'll call my stats tomorrow. Don't worry.
I think because you guys have got a depleted squad, even though I think I've heard that Rashford and Shaw might be fit to play tomorrow.
Shaw and Rashford are back.
But I'm not too fearful of Rashford anyway. He's been toothless. When was the last time he was scored in the Prem? I think they gave him that dumb penalty.
Yeah. They gave him
that sympathy. No, man. But like, what I would love it if we have like a big win, because like if you remember when we beat you guys in 2018, the next day they sacked Mourinho. When we beat you lot, I think the 5-0 game at Old Trafford in 2021, about a few weeks after he sacked Solskjaer.
Oli was gone.
And then when we beat you 4-0 at Anfield in 2022, the next day, Ranić said he's going to resign. So there tends to be a bit of, a tradition now whereby Klopp gets rid of United managers.
Klopp is out here handing out P45s, bro.
I remember you, man. I couldn't believe when I read this stat. You lot have lost 12 games this season in all comps. 12. And we're not in March. We're not in May. We are in December. We've
had a lot of injuries and a lot of things have gone against us. So
you have a lot of injuries tomorrow and suspensions like Bruno.
When Chelsea had bare injuries, no one asked or no sympathy for us. Remember, we had bare injuries.
We had no centre backs.
No one cares, bro. Let's
No one
stop
cares to
acting
get
like we
injuries.
care about
Fact.
each other's injuries, man. You know what I mean?
All right, so
No.
you were saying
Yeah,
about Luis Diaz that you're not a fan of him. Like, I think he's brilliant. Like even when you lot beat us 7-0, whatever.
he was good.
How can
Yeah,
I
you
think he
do
played brilliant.
quotation marks for 7
It's
0?
what
It
I
was
feel
the
like he played.
score.
I feel like he played brilliant.
all right. So Luis
You know
Diaz,
what?
prior
Yeah,
to the injury, before Thomas Partey exed him, amazing, amazing. I feel like the injury, the stuff that's gone on with his father, I don't know. But I saw him against Crystal Palace last week. The
Yeah.
week before that, he just doesn't. The basics of his game is dribbling and going past players. He can't be his man right now. He's struggling. I don't think he scored. I think the last time he scored in the Premier League was in October. The last time he assisted was even, I think, September. So like, I understand he looks pretty on the pitch, but for me, it's end product, bro. Like
Yes.
I've been, I guess I've had the luxury of having Mane on one wing, Salah on the other wing. So like for years, I'm used to like my wingers getting a minimum of 10 goals, 10 assists a season. So when you're there scraping to get even 5 goals, I can't take you seriously. So I can understand that, like, you know, I've been in a luxurious position, but yeah, you need to step
You
up,
know what?
man. But
You see the way you feel about Diaz. That's the way I used to feel about Willian. I feel like he's a pretty player, good player, but his end products weren't always there. But he looks good and like, he looks pretty to watch, but you're not giving me enough. It's like, for example, you see him with San Pedro. Did you see the difference? Pedro came down a madness.
I love
scoring
Pedro.
goals with his left foot, right foot. You're seeing end products every time. That's what I wanted from Willian. So when I still get frustrated, people look at me crazy. I'm like, I know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
And do you know what it is though? But that's where, as I said, that's where I think people need to look at football properly. Yes, there's players who they look better on the ball. Yes, they've got a better touch. They might turn better. They might be able to do this skill or whatever. But end of the day, bruv, we need as a forward anyway, not all positions, but as a forward, we need goals, we need assists, we need end product. So that's what's required, isn't it? So it's like I personally wouldn't want. I'm not a Liverpool fan, but I wouldn't want Diaz to start just because when I watch him, it's what you said. I don't think he's effective. I would rather a front line of even if you played Jota or Gakpo, they don't look as good as him on the ball,
but they're more effective.
But they're way more effective than he is. You know what I mean? So
I mean, that's another point I was going to come on to. Whilst we're flying, you know, we're top of the league right now, but really our attack hasn't been that great for Salah this season. The good thing is with Liverpool, in the past we've been very reliant on our front three to score our goals. Previously, I think you'd get like max 3 goals from midfield because Hendo, Thiago, Fabinho, Milner, them man weren't scoring. Ox, KR, they're not scoring goals. But now you can see we're getting goals from McAllister, Szoboszlai, Gavin Birch, etc. So that's good, but as a consequence, we're not getting goals from as many goals as you expect from
from the attack.
Gakpo. Well, Nunez, at least the other guys I can understand because Jota's still effective, but he's been injured. Nunez, though, this man has been given opportunities. He's been given one-on-one chances, basic chances, and he can't score. If I showed you some of the chances, I play football. I
bet on him.
Like I'm not saying I'm an amazing guy, bro, but I would have scored those goals. Yeah. And I'm tired of it, bro. Because, like, for example, the one against Luton where he missed. These are games where, like, we drop points. Had he scored that, bro, you know, like I said, we all know that this league is fine margins, especially with City about as well. Losing, dropping 2 points here and there, you're squandering potentiality of winning the league. So I would rather have, like, I was saying this the other day, I'm not joking. The guys think I'm being mad when I say this. I would rather have Eddie Nketiah than Darwin Núñez. At least Nketiah can finish.
Yeah.
It's not about opportunities. It's the finishing. He can't finish. He hasn't got it. And people need to understand he hasn't got it. He doesn't
but he always gets there, though. Like, he's always there. That's a good thing. At least he's there.
He
It's
can
worse
run.
if he's not there.
I'm sorry, I can't. If you wanna, Gerald, if you wanna facilitate that, we can make that move.
Honestly, because all my Arsenal fans,
you can't tell me that
I would rather.
you would rather Eddie and Ketia
Because he can finish. I want a striker who can finish. You're my number 9. Score the goals.
Listen, all right, let's make this happen. I'm gonna call Arteta. You call Klopp, please.
Let's do this because it's fine. Yeah, Nunez can run in behind. He's fast. But when he goes in front of that goal, I don't know what he sees. I don't know what he sees, bro. Because you're like, bro, sometimes I'm like, bro, it is a dead one-on-one chance. And it's more likely he's going to miss than score.
He's not.
Do you think he'll start tomorrow?
Yeah, I think he will. If it was me, I wouldn't start him, but I think he's going to start him. If I was Klopp, I would switch it and play Nunez on the left, Gakpo up top, and then Salah on the right. But he's going to play Diaz. He loves Diaz. But so I think Nunez will play up top. But I wouldn't personally.
Yeah. So, what have you got any injuries? Like, you're gonna feel like a strong team tomorrow?
Relatively, but then you where I think you could potentially not dominate, but we're a bit weakened is midfield. So McAllister's still injured, so he won't be playing, which means likelihood is we're going to play Endo, who, if you saw against Crystal Palace, was getting moved to by Will Hughes.
Listen, they were. The man them were moving to.
They were moving to. They were moving. Bro, at half time, Klopp said, "Yo, go chill, go chill, relax." Man came to Croydon, and they showed him up, bro. He was getting moved to by Will Hughes.
Bro, listen.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, no, you ain't built for this.
I personally think he was even lucky with the when he got dispossessed, and then they got a penalty. They called him back for the fact. I think he's so lucky there because when I saw it, I was like, yeah, you're in trouble. You don't know what you're doing. So that's where United could probably get joy. If you can press him in the right areas, to me, he's not on it.
He's a trigger. If I was United, he's the trigger because he can't contain the ball. Because he's not offensive, he's not strong enough, and he can't shield the ball. As a DM, if you're back, when you're facing your goalkeeper, you need to shield the ball, but he can't. And that's the problem. So
if they trigger that, that's got to be United's go-to. It has to be.
Yeah.
If you want any joy in that match, I personally think Liverpool they're gonna smoke you. That's my prediction. But if you do want any joy, that's where I think it will be. And personally, it's because of no Bruno as well. Because I don't think you can go. Even though Bruno hasn't had the best performances against Liverpool, I still think he gets a lot of flack as a United player from a lot of United fans. I still think he's one of your most important players, and I do not see you getting a result without him.
What I think is going to happen though. I'll touch my final point around this match is that I do think tomorrow is going to be probably Trent Alexander-Arnold's a masterclass by him. He's going to watch. One thing I've always said about him, his mentality is so good. And I think he knows that this is going to be like his opportunity to show everyone, like, I'm the guy now. I'm the guy. Like, he's not a kid anymore.
I'm the captain.
He's 25 now. Like, he's that guy. He's 25. He's seeing. He's changed. And like, man's now got the Predators as well. He's moved to Adidas. He knows he's the guy. He's playing in midfield. I'm telling you, tomorrow is going to be a Trent masterclass.
He's going to do that hybrid role, So I just hope Rashford can take that and just try and go in behind as much as he can. Because if he's doing the hybrid role, who's going to chase Rashford?
You never know, though. Klopp switches it up, man. Klopp. I've seen Trent play high and wide this season, and I've seen him play in the hybrid, like the inverted role. So we will see what he does, but I wouldn't. Trent is intelligent enough to understand if it's not working in field, I'm gonna move here.
And he spoke about that against City. So he was saying in City, he realized that Bernardo Silva was stuck on him. So he said he couldn't move it to in field. So he had to play as a right back. So he had to pick his opportunities to go forward. And then when he did, he scored.
He's intelligent enough for that. And for some of the stuff that I've seen of Rashford this year, oh my god,
his IQ is poor.
The body language,
his IQ is not.
Bro,
this is depressing.
If I would personally, if I was Klopp, I'm not telling Trent to play in field. I'm saying, today we're high and wide. This is This is Trent back when Firmino, Mane, Salah, those days.
Yeah.
I'm saying high and wide. Rashford's not gonna track you, bro. He's not on it.
You know,
He's not.
Rashford reminds me of Theo Walcott, man. He's end
No, please, no.
Bro,
No way.
you see how Theo
That's
Walcott,
the biggest insult you can give him.
No, because
Listen,
he's
Rashford. I mean, Walcott's got 100 goals for.
He's still good. He's still good.
Arsenal, bro.
But
Yeah.
his end product, yeah. When he gets the decision making, that bruv, he'll run past everyone, and you're thinking, all right, either cut it back or shoot, and he does something mad.
Do you know what? There was it was against Liverpool at Anfield, yeah.
Oh, the
Rashford
0-0
was
game.
free on goal. The guy, all he had to do was look up. Cavani's there. The guy
was there.
ran. I was like,
Yeah.
you know, you pass it, you win the game.
Yeah.
And we've been chasing the league then. I was like, are you all right? Like,
Yeah.
And then he turns around, he starts blaming other people. I'm like, again, like I say, if I was in a United dressing room, I'm having a fight with a lot of them.
Oscar.
Literally.
So how do you see the game going then tomorrow?
Yes.
1-0 United. I have to be positive. I can't say you're gonna go there and get smoked. No way.
Okay, but how do you think you come away with a 1-0? I'm just
I don't know because I don't know who's injured or not. Like our team is kind of depleted. But I think he said Varane's back, Shaw's playing, Harry Maguire's out. Obviously Marshall, who cares about him, but he's out. Ericsson is out. Marcio's out.
On the floor, bro.
Yeah, our team's depleted, but I will just see how it goes tomorrow. I don't know what team he's going to put out. So I can't tell you what he's
it's
going to do.
time for McTom, your best player this season.
Let's not start McTom.
He's going to be there.
He's been scoring goals, yeah, but like, what I don't like about him, he just goes missing in the midfield. Even against Chelsea, I think we beat Chelsea, but it's because Chelsea just kept on giving us the ball.
Yeah.
So they didn't know what they were doing.
Do you know what I always think your problem is, Oscar? So this is what you do. You scapegoat certain players. So you can see someone like Rasmus Højlund has played 12 games in the Premier League and he hasn't scored. You can see
he's getting no service. If it's a thing where like it's Nunes, yeah. No, you're asking. No. Go on.
So as I said, someone like Rasmus Højlund, they're here producing nothing for you in the league. Nothing at all. Yeah? You've got someone like Scott who, granted, yes, he's not the best player in the world or whatever, but he has stepped up for you countless times this season. Well, countless might be the wrong word to use, but he stepped up for you a few times this season.
No,
but you will stick it on him and you'll have an agenda for him.
No, because that's
you'll have zero smoke. You have zero smoke for Rasmus.
No, because that's just what I understand how difficult it is for him. He's playing up front. I think there's even a who put it out in a group chat today. There was like a list of players who gets service. He was at the bottom.
Yeah,
how are you at the bottom, bro? No one's giving you the ball. So like that's down to people like Rashford. Like basically, as Cole said, zero IQ, running down the wing and just shooting, running down the wing instead of passing. He's not even looking up. He's just doing what he wants. Like it's hard to play as a striker for me. And I even heard Ten Hag say in an interview saying, "Oh, the team has to get used to playing to a striker again." I'm like, these are professional football players who get paid 350k a week. What do you mean you have to get used to playing with a striker again? Like, what are you on about? Like, even him, he makes dumb excuses for it. Me personally, I'll clear all them out. You're all going, all of you. Had enough. But tomorrow, yeah, we'll somehow nick a win. We'll nick a win. That's what I'm going with. I'm not going to go there with it. I'm not saying I'm going to go there. But at the same time, I would not be surprised if Tenga does surprise everybody tomorrow. Because I've seen him do it at the Camp Nou. I've seen him do it a few places where I was like, that performance was kind of decent. It was a good performance. But that's when he had his Martinez and Casemiro's and Varane, that mid defensive block. That's not there no more. So now we've got Amrabat who runs like he's running in quicksand. It's just, yeah, man. Yeah. I'll say we'll nick a win. We'll nick a win. It'll be, and now I don't think it'll be a boring game. It'll be an entertaining game.
Okay, let's. So you've already said 1-0. What's everyone else? Gerald? You said what? You said 2-0 or 2-1?
Yeah, I think it'll be like I'm opposite of Oscar. I think it's gonna be a boring game. I think there's been too much hype, too much anticipation, expectation. I think Klopp, like what I know Klopp does when there's too much expectation on us to win, he wants us to play a boring game and just be very compact and resolute. So I think it'll just be like a comfy 2-0. Like, it'll be quite boring. It'll be anticlimactic, personally. I reckon. But I do think you're going to see, like, a proper world-class performance from Trent.
Right,
I think
let's see.
Liverpool win 3-1.
Okay.
Do you know what?
McTominay will score for United.
That's the score that I was going for. I think 3-1. I personally think the game will start. I think Liverpool, obviously the hype of Anfield, whatever. I think United will ride it for a sec. I think United will even score first. You know, I don't
And
know
that would
why.
then,
But
yeah,
that's
Liverpool
just what's in
react.
my head.
Liverpool kick
Yeah,
on.
And then Anfield is gonna do what Anfield does. Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? That's how I see the game going.
And you got to remember, we got extra 7,000 fans going to be at the stadium as
Yeah,
well because
look at that.
we're opening our new stand for the first time tomorrow.
Oh, today! Oh, look at when they do it.
Yeah.
I know they're funny. It's United, isn't it? They want to, it's always United. They want to do stuff.
Notice it's 7,000. Seven.
That's all the fans that stand up at the Etihad. But fair enough. All right, cool. All right, let's leave it here then, lads. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please like and subscribe and all that lovely stuff. Jez, where can people catch you?
Yeah, man.
Instagram.
Catch Insta's at Jezza0 and then on Twitter as well at Jezza_O. So hit me up, man. Any Liverpool fans, let's talk. Let's do this.
Yeah. Please, they get on my nerves as it is. All right. Cool. I'll shout you, man, tomorrow. Sweet.
In a bit.
Cool. Well,